that this bill was supposed to be targeted very specifically at a very specific group of patients who are suffering immense pain at the end of their life, which could not be treated effectively with the best quality palliative care. The bill that was published yesterday does nothing of the sort. It just opens the door to anybody with a diagnosis, with a prognosis of less than 6 months, a life expectancy of less than 6 months, to decide that they can end their life with a doctor's assistance for any reason whatsoever. There's no mention of pain. There's no mention of suffering. Anybody who manages to get a life expectancy of less than 6 months given to them by one doctor will be able to progress and request assisted suicide. So I'm deeply concerned by that, because most of my patients are frail and elderly and vulnerable, and many of them would qualify for this. And as we've seen in countries such as Canada and Belgium and Holland, one of the main reasons that people actually put forward when they're asked for why they want assisted suicide is that they feel they are a burden. And I have to say that I love our elderly population, but they can sometimes be a little bit too selfless. And in our current NHS, which the government recognises is broken, with our current social care system, which the government recognises is broken, there are an awful lot of patients on our wards who we come into contact who feel awful, and they say, I am a burden, I am blocking a bed. Isn't there any way you could get rid of me, bump me off, they say sometimes. And I'm able to say to them, absolutely not. We are going to do everything we can to improve your life, within the constraints of the system we have, and all of the staff around you will work their socks off to do that.
So you would be one of, but would you, sorry to interject, Kaitan, yes. But you would be one of those doctors that would be able to intervene and say, actually, no, this patient is not somebody that should be able to consider this as an option, because we don't believe that their reasons are, authentic, and
no.
we don't suggest that they are thinking this through from a clinical position, more of a
no,
as you say,
absolutely not. The reasons do not matter. The bill does not stipulate the reasons that a patient will be requesting assisted suicide. There can be any reason that the patient can say.
But if two doctors have to kind of green light that decision or endorse that decision, one would assume, based on what you've just said, that clinically and for whatever other reason, you would be one such doctor that would say no.
Certainly I would say no, but the bill doesn't stop you from shopping around until you find a doctor who says yes. And there are doctors, there's a spread of opinion amongst doctors, and there are doctors out there who believe, for ideological reasons, that patient's choice is an absolute, and it doesn't matter the conditions under which they're making those choices. If they wish to end their life, they should have the right to end their life. And so you will find a doctor who will sign you off for it, and then a second doctor who will agree. And there's no safeguard in there to stop that from happening. And there's nothing that a judge can do. As far as I see, the role of judges there is just to hoodwink the public and hoodwink the MPs into thinking there's an extra layer of protection. We don't have enough judges to be vetting all of these requests in the time frame that's stipulated. We have 18 High Court judges who are capable of being involved in this, and it's been estimated that they would be having to handle 400 requests a year, and they've got other work to do. So it would just be a case of a rubber stamp.